Ever wondered, what would you get if you combine Binding of Isaac and Magicka together and put them on fast forward? Runes. Runes is made by Let's Get Crackin' Games and published by Mastertronic. It's a top-down roguelike shooter with procedurally generated dungeons. So hold up, isn't there like a bajillion of those things on Steam right now? Where's the catch, you might ask? Well, the main mechanic and selling point of this game is the rune system. You use them to create spells that you will use throughout the game. There are 10 basic types of runes and you can combine up to 3 runes together to create spells. There are 285 different spells. 285. And they're not just upgrades of other spells, each spell is unique and behaves in a different way. For example, a single fire rune will create a simple fireball projectile. 2 fire runes will create a fixed length flamethrower with almost 0 cooldown. 3 runes will create a devastating, long distance and piercing fireball that recharges a while. Area of effect spells, teleporting spells, buffs, debuffs, projectiles, there is so much choice. 1 minute I'm running around shooting bubbles at enemies and later on summon a giant ice sword while throwing mind-controlled homing rocks at enemies. How is that not cool? It gives the player a wide choice of gameplay styles, a lot of replayability and a lot of fun. And once you craft a spell, it's gonna show up in your rune book, so you won't forget what runes you had to combine for a specific spell. Same goes for killing enemies. Once killed, they will unlock in the bestiary. That's all fun and stuff, but how is the gameplay? Before you begin, you have to choose your difficulty settings out of 2 available and 5 total that unlock as you play the game. Even on Wimpy, the game is hard as balls. After that, you create your character. You pick one of the 20 blessings or curses, both with positive and negative stat changes, one of 20 available classes, which is mostly about picking your class skill, and finally a simple starting spell. Sadly, if you pick up the Chimera trait, your character does not have 3 heads in game. Your goal is to reach the 10th floor of the randomly generated dungeon while trying not to die. Thankfully, the controls are not complex. If you played any twin-stick shooter on a PC, you already know it's WSAND for movement and mouse for free-range aiming and shooting up to 2 spells simultaneously. Pretty standard. Q uses your class ability and you can hold up to 4 extra spells to activate via 1 through 4 keys. You also might notice that this game is a ton faster than other games of its kind and features bigger rooms to fight around. It's runes and runners. Runers. Each floor consists of interconnected rooms which, in order to advance, you must clear of enemies. Floors have different effects as well as rooms have auras, buffs or debuffs. Every few floors, of course, you have to fight a boss, and these fights are close to bullet hell games with the amount of crazy that is going on. Along the way, you build up your character and collect rewards by either completing a floor, winning challenge rooms, or traditionally when leveling up. All upgrades are passive, which isn't so great. So I think it comes down to the question, would I recommend this? If you're up for a challenge, yeah! It starts off a bit hard before you find your playstyle and try out different rune combinations, classes and such. But there's no denying that I had a blast when I started wrecking armies of enemies. Thanks for watching, and remember, watching, faving, liking or sharing these videos not only helps me, but most importantly it helps the developer to get the word out about the game. So remember, you have the power to spread the word.